Mommy, why do you make loud noise at night when you are with daddy and shout, "Finish me"? Mama froze. A wrapper slipped from her hand. Take a seat and a glass of juice. Let's dive into this interesting story. The night was quiet in the small town of Oba, except for the sound of crickets. Inside a humble two-room house with creaking floor tiles lived Edu, a sharp-eyed 9-year-old boy who never stopped asking questions, and his younger sister Amaka, who copied everything her brother did. Their parents, Papa Edu and Mama Edu, were simple folks trying their best to raise their children. That evening, Mama Edu had just finished cooking beans and plantain. Everyone ate, laughed, and went to bed. But deep into the night, strange noises echoed from the parents' bedroom. The next morning, while Mama was folding clothes, Chinedu walked in, hands behind his back like a village judge. "Mommy, why do you make loud noise at night when you are with daddy and shout, 'Finish me'?" Mama froze. A wrapper slipped from her hand. "Eh? Which noise?" "Chinedu, the one where you say, 'Yes, daddy, don't stop,' but daddy is already there in the room. Who were you talking to not to stop?" Mama's neck turned sharply like a lizard spotting a hawk. She faked a cough. Sometimes I welcome daddy home like that. It's encouragement." Chinedu squinted as she did the muttering. But you also said, 'My sweet daddy.' He's our daddy, not yours alone." Mama had heard enough. She pointed to the door like a referee giving a red card. "Mama, go and brush your teeth now." Chinedu left, but one thing about him, he never forgot. Later that day, he found Amaka combing her doll's hair like a small salon expert. Chinedu whispering, "Do you know why mommy makes those strange noises at night?" Her eyes widened. "Amaka, you heard it too?" Chinedu, "Yes, and the bed was making boom, boom, boom like a talking drum." Amaka shrugging, "Maybe they are dreaming." Chinedu, "No, it's real. I'll ask my friends at school." The next day at school, during break, Chinedu gathered his friends like detectives on a mission. "Do your parents make noise at night?" They burst out laughing. One boy, "You mean like fighting?" "No, like shaking the bed and saying, 'Yes, daddy, don't stop.'" The boys just dropped. Another boy, whispering, "You need to check. Next time, peep through the curtain and watch closely." Chinedu's eyes stretched wide. "You know what? You are right. If I hear it again, I will check." That evening, back at home, Papa and Mama Uche sat in the parlor. Mama lowered her voice like a secret agent. "Sweetheart, did you hear the kind of questions Chinedu was asking yesterday?" Papa sighed like an old bicycle tire. "I heard. That boy is downloading information faster than ChatGPT. We're in trouble." Mama frowned. "We need to do something before he exposes us. Very soon, he will be organizing village meetings about us." Papa nodded quickly. "We must separate the room from ours before it becomes a public scandal." Just as they were talking, knock knock, it was Pastor Emmanuel, holding his Bible like a briefcase. "My children, the Spirit led me here to pray with you." Mama clapped her hands. "Pastor, you're welcome." Pastor smiled and said, "Before we pray, I want each member of this household to mention one prayer point." Before anyone could speak, Chinedu shouted, "Pray for mommy and daddy's ninth noise." Mama nearly fainted like hot yam. thrown into cold water. Keep quiet, you this boy. Pastor blinked in confusion. Noise? What kind of noise? Papa quickly spoke. Let's just pray for peace in the family. Yes, and protection too. But Chinedu added again loudly. And peace in the bedroom. No more shouting. Don't stop, Daddy. Pastor raised one hand to his head, as if network had disappeared. Pastor praying in. Father in heaven, teach parents to reduce their volume. Let private matters not turn into open air crusade. Amaka, amen. That night, when everyone had gone to bed, Chinedu tiptoed like a ninja and hid behind the curtain, waiting. But all he heard was loud snoring. He crawled back to bed, sighing. Maybe Pastor's prayers are working. But deep inside, he knew. His curiosity was only beginning. Saturday night in Oba was peaceful. The moon was bright, the crickets were singing, and the stars blinked quietly above. But inside Papa Edu's house, one person was wide awake. Chinedu. At exactly 10:13 p.m., the first sound came. Mama giggling. Oh yes, my dear. Chinedu's ears shot up like antennas. He slipped out of bed, tiptoed quietly, and peeped through a tiny hole in the curtain near his parents' door. What he saw made his jaw drop. He rushed back to wake Amaka. Chinedu whispering, wake up, they are doing it again. Amaka sleepy. Doing what? Chinedu looks like wrestling, but also like dancing. The bed is jumping like a goat. Amaka's eyes widened. Wow! Should we try it too? Chinedu, yes, let's call it Operation Don't Stop. Chinedu climbed on the bed and declared, Chinedu, I'm Daddy. You, Amaka, say don't stop. They jumped, bounced, shouted, and the bed squeaked loudly. Suddenly, bash! A bucket of water fell over, flooding the floor. Amaka panting. They are no good at this sport. Both of them ran out, giggling. On Monday morning at school, during show and tell, Chinedu raised his hand proudly. Chinedu, I now know why parents make noise at night. Daddy is on top like a karate man, and mommy shouts like she's watching football. The boys burst into laughter. One boy, You even tried it? Chinedu grinning. Yes, I was Daddy, Amaka was Mommy, and we shouted, don't stop, but we fell inside the bucket. The class roared until the teacher came and silenced them. Later that week, Mama Uche was searching the house when she found her missing headscarf under Chinedu's pillow. Mama frowning. Chinedu, what is my wrapper doing here? Chinedu serious. I was investigating. The other night you shouted until the window shook. I needed evidence. Mama gasped. Papa was called immediately. A family meeting began. Papa cleared his throat like a village chairman. Children, what you saw is not wrestling, not dancing. It is something for married people only. It is how Mommy and Daddy show love. Mom, but it looks like war. Why do you do it every night? Mama sighed deeply. Because we are grown-ups. It is not a game. It is private. Just like prayer. Even prayer needs a closed door. Amaka raised her hand innocently. So, it's like morning devotion. No! It is a gift for marriage. One day when you grow up, you will understand. But for now, stop investigating. Chinedu nodded slowly but kept thinking. The next morning, he stood outside with his arms folded, looking like a wise chief. I think I will stop asking questions. Why? Because last night, Daddy said, "We are landing now," and Mommy replied, "Touchdown." I don't want to know what airport they are flying to. Both of them burst into laughter. A few days later, Pastor Emmanuel came back to visit Papa and Mama Uche. He carried his Bible tightly, his face full of questions. "Mama Uche, that day your son shouted about night noise. What exactly was he talking about?" Mama coughed and looked away. Sometimes we do night exercises, bonding exercises for husband and wife. Stretching? Yes, stretching with love. Pastor slowly opened his Bible to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 7. A time to be silent and a time to speak. He closed it gently and added, "And a time to lower your volume." Papa and Mama nodded like school children caught copying exam answers. That very night, the house was quiet again. The children had gone to bed, and Papa whispered, "We must be careful. These children hear everything." But curiosity is a stubborn goat. Chinedu and Amaka tiptoed out of bed and pressed their ears close to the door. They heard whispers, then giggles, then silence. Chinedu frowned. Pastor's prayers are working again. They are quiet tonight. Amaka yawned. Maybe they are tired. They went back to bed, disappointed. The next morning, during breakfast, Chinedu spoke like a little philosopher. "Mommy, Daddy, I think I understand now." "Papa, nervous. Understand what?" "That some things are not for children. We thought it was wrestling. We even tried it, but it's not our sport." Mama almost choked on her tea. Amaka, serious? "Yes. When we tried, we knocked down the bucket. We are not strong enough for night exercises." Papa and Mama exchanged worried looks, then burst into laughter. That evening, Papa called for a family devotion. After singing and praying, he cleared his throat. "Children, I want you to learn something important. Life has stages. There is a time to play, a time to learn, and a time to grow. Some things are for children, or some things are only for grown-ups. Yes, even in prayer, Jesus said, close the door. Privacy is protection. Our room is private, just like your school books are private. Understand?" Chinedu nodded slowly. "So it's like a secret subject, not in primary school, maybe in university." Amaka added with a small voice. "So until then, we just keep quiet." The parents smiled in relief. That night, as the light went off, Chinedu whispered to his sister, "No more investigations. I don't want to hear Mommy shouting touchdown again. Maybe they are flying to London, and me, I don't have a passport yet." They both giggled under their blankets until sleep carried them away. Moral lessons. 1. Children are always watching. Their eyes may be small, but they see big things. Parents must be careful. Privacy is protection. Your bedroom is sacred. Lock the door, lower the volume, and guard your family's dignity. 3. There is a season for everything. Children should be allowed to grow in innocence. Adults should handle maturity with wisdom.